Hello there, everyone. Today is Sunday. I haven't done a vlog in a couple weeks. It's been so hot, but we had some rain come through here yesterday and today. Got some really good rain. I went for a little ride last night, but I didn't take the camera. It was, I think I went about 9, but it was 79 last night. It was awesome. Humid, but it's still cool. It's actually cool now. I think it's only like 81, and it's what is it? A little after 5:30. So it's nice with all this nice weather coming through here. It's pretty cool. I love it. So I'm out for a ride in between rain. Hopefully it doesn't rain. I got my rain suit just in case, but it's been really nice. So since I haven't been riding, I've been out in the garage tinkering a little bit with the stereo system, trying to get a little bit better sound out of the stereo. So what I did, I didn't use anything that can get wet, but I used that. It's what is it? Duct insulation. It's kind of like I wrap my cooler in that too, and it holds ice all day now, which is good, and actually 2 days now. But anyway, I wrapped it in that, and I put that behind my speakers as well, kind of to give a little bit of more sound insulation. I did the backs too, so it actually made a big difference. But the funny thing is, if you search online for like speaker insulation, you'll see this exact same rolls of that foam rubber with the foil on the back, and it's $79 online. If they tell you it's for speakers or car doors, it's $79. If you go to Home Depot or Lowe's and buy that exact same thing, it's called duct insulation, and it's $18 a roll versus $80 a roll when you buy it online when they tell you it's for speakers. It's kind of like the exact same thing when they tell you it's got the Honda emblem on it or the Can-Am emblem on it. It's like 10 times as much, where you get the exact same thing with no logos on it. It's like a tenth of the price. Kind of like exactly the same thing. So that's what I've been using for my, I did that for my cooler, and it made a huge difference. Took it on the last trip, and it held ice for a day or overnight. Put ice in it in the day, and then overnight I checked it and it still had ice in it, which is kind of cool. And it's just a cheap old igloo, but I wrapped it up in that stuff, and it made a big difference even in hot weather. Anyway, I'm cheap, so I do the cheap route. So I'm just out for a little spin. Nowhere special. Just thought I'd bring the camera and do a vlog since I haven't done it in a couple weeks. Gonna be start to be my busy season again. I had the kind of the downtime in the summer, but now it's gonna start getting really busy in a couple weeks when school starts back up again. So my vacation time's over, or slow time's over. Anyway, I'll turn it back on a little bit if I think of anything else to talk about. Bye. I was reading on I still like spiders. I didn't buy one for a lot of reasons, and I was reading on it's a spider forum. If you have a spider, you know it. It says Spider Lovers. But a lot of people have the RT, which is a touring motorcycles. They have the 15s, 16s, and there was a thread started about how they were afraid to take their spider on a long trip, like I do on a Goldwing. I'll go up to Wyoming, Colorado, and just 3,000 miles, vacations on these things, and I never worry about it at all. But I can understand that they're, since the spiders are always throwing codes, it'll go into limp mode even when they're brand new. I think they've been around maybe 10 years now, so they obviously don't have all the bugs worked out of them, and so there's quite a few people afraid to even hop on these things and go, for a couple weeks. They're afraid they're going to break down, and I was just thinking, when I did the research before I got my Goldwing, what got me to fall in love with riding again is I went over and looked at those Can-Am spiders, the RTs, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I love this thing. I wanted to get one. I just fell in love with it, and I'm glad my wife is the way she is, because she just tells you, just do a lot of research before you do it, and I did. And then I kind of did so much research, and this was in 2013. So I did so much research on those Can-Am. The 2013s were just really problematic. If you think about it, they were the twins, and the heads ran underneath and up underneath the gas tank, and the headers ran right underneath by the brake master cylinders, and they were melting master cylinders. They were boiling gas, and I'm thinking, oh, go hell with it. I'm not getting the Spider. So I got off the Spider, and I started looking at the Harley Tri-Glide. I've just really liked the Harley Tri-Glide. It's a Harley, and it was really pretty. It had an awesome sound system. So I was over there looking at them all the time, and I actually fell in love with them. Then I kept doing more and more research, and I asked them, well, what kind of maintenance do they need? They said, well, they need regular maintenance, and he told me it was like $500 for the first 500 miles for the 500 mile check and the oil change, $500. And then he says at 1,000 miles, you got to bring it back in. It's another $500. So I'm thinking, oh crap, these things are just, money pits. So I kind of really got off of that now, because I just, and they ran premium gas, didn't run regular gas, and that's just, there was just so many. I think the cost for ownership, and there's so many other things. The cost of ownership was just so high. It had an air ride suspension in the back, but they say you have to like use a hand pump, and that doesn't come with it. So you got to go buy a hand pump to air up your suspension. And I did a lot of research, and they were dragging pipes. They were so low, and I just started researching the Goldwings. They've been around 40 years, and God, I got on all these forums about the Goldwing, and they said, man, it's not uncommon to put 200,000 miles on 300,000 miles on a Goldwing. Just change the oil plugs, air filters, that kind of stuff, tires, and that's about all you do. The motors are bulletproof. So I researched the trikes, and I wanted the independent rear suspension. That was probably the most important thing, and this has it. I can adjust the air ride on the back. You go psh, psh, and it just makes all kinds of, like a semi-trailer releasing air. So I ended up with this, and I got 40,000, almost 40, well, 39,000, almost 39,400, and I'm still not afraid to just jump on it and go for a long trip, because I do my own. I change my own oil, I grease the drive shafts, I grease the U-joints, not the drive shafts, but I grease the U-joints, and I do regular maintenance on it, and it's put new tires and all that good stuff. So I'm not afraid to take this thing and just go, and that's why I bought it. I wanted something that I can ride for many, many years, and just, a lot of no problem, just get on it and go and keep going, so that's why I got this. And I knew it had a good reputation, and It's an awesome, it's the Cadillac of touring bikes, that's for sure. They've got a six-cylinder, opposing six-cylinder engine, and it's just, it's just wonderful to tour on this thing and just take off and go for a couple weeks. I think we did 3,300 miles in June, this last June. Probably did about that last year too, and we went to Colorado. This next June, coming June, I want to do the, I want to go up to Yellowstone. Yeah, it's been on my bucket list for a while. And I want to do oh gosh, what's cool, I'll be able to go do my entire Colorado trip again, up 550, go all the way up that way through Oury and all that good stuff again. On the way back, I'm going to do from the Yellowstone, I'm going to do the Rocky Mountain National Park again, up into the clouds. So I still get to do all that and go to Yellowstone. So I already told my wife about it. She goes, oh, I don't even want to think about it. But she'll go with me. Got the air shocks on the trailer now, so that sucker is going to be smooth. No more bouncing and swaying, and it should be really smooth. So that'll be fun. Then maybe another year I want to do the I go east and do the what is it? Smoky Mountains. It's at forgot what it's called. That road that oh gosh, it's starting to rain. That road that goes for miles all the way up into Virginia, the Smoky Mountain National Parkway or something like that. I forgot what it's called. I went blank. I got it already saved on my Honda trip planner. So I love taking off on this thing and just going. It's just so much fun. I look forward to it for an entire year. Anyway, enough yakking. Bye. You know what? I'm out east of 35, and it's so pretty out here because it's all like farmland, and I can smell these cows. And I just, my wife and I grew up in Illinois. I grew up on a farm, but I just love smelling the farm. Oh, look, they're running. I must have scared them. I love smelling the farmland out here. It just reminds me of being in Illinois. I must have scared the cows. But it just smells good out here in farmland. I broke my one of my Cree lights. I did it. It wasn't a rock or anything. It was pointing up high, and instead of loosening it, I tried to pry on it and I broke it. So I ordered a couple more. They're only $10 a piece. So anyway, it just smells so good out here. These cows and the farmland, especially after it's been raining. It just smells good out here. We do have farmland out here. Now where I live in kind of like the edge of the hill country, so it's not out here, it's all farmland, which is cool. It's pretty out here. I guess I better head back. I didn't bring my GPS because I left it at home. I know where I'm at, but I don't want to get too far away and get lost. Anyway, yeah, I just stopped here. This is a pretty creek. See how our creek beds are all solid rock. I think that's cool because the water's super clean. It's pretty down that way. Pretty that way too. There's no traffic here, so look how pretty it is. The farm grasslands out there, the pastures. It's really pretty. I don't know where I'm at. I think I'm coming up to 95 or this. I forgot what town is. Bartlett. See where I'm at.